What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to Living Life Fast, and today we're going to go for a first proper drive in the 720S. Obviously we recently had it on the drag strip, we've seen what it can do in a straight line, but the main reason I bought the 720S is for its cornering capability. Let me tell you, this thing is something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little walk around, we're going to go over the base spec, just a little reminder for those of you that may be new or some of you that may have forgotten, and then we're going to go over some of its optional extras, because this car, the previous owner paid £278,000 for. In base spec, they're £219, so it's got £60,000 worth of optional extras. And guys, look at the color, clarity coat. Justin, you killed the game. So yeah, let's do this. So yeah, 720S people, like the absolute dream, my first ever supercar. So if you're new to the channel, this is actually a peelable paint. So it's similar to a paint protection film, not quite as strong. As you can see, I've got a couple of chips because I do drive this car a little silly sometimes. That is like 170 mile an hour stone chip, that. But the main thing is it's protecting the original paintwork. So you're still gonna damage this paintwork. Some of you are saying, why don't you put a PPF on it? Well, that would defeat the whole object of having the peelable paint put on the car, because they're kind of like competition. Like, you know, the PPF's one company, the PPS is what you call this, a paint protection shield, is another. So this is an alternative to PPF. So it's like a PPF, but you can lock in any color you like. On top of that, you get a paint finish. But yeah, there's swirl marks on it. I have been rubbing it down. I've not cleaned it properly. I do need to get it machine polished and ceramic coated and shit like that. But guys, this car is here to be driven. So just a quick reminder, it's got a dry sumped M840T engine, which is basically a 4-litre twin turbo V8 engine. They're twin scroll turbochargers, actually producing 710 horsepower is what Mclaren claims. I don't know if that's meant to be wheel horsepower or crank horsepower, but what we do know is that many of these cars are dynoed in America and they put out a little bit more than 710. They usually do around 750 to 760. Some people claim 800, but no, I don't think these are 800 brake. This is definitely going to be around you know, 750 to 760 from doing my bit of research. But obviously power to weight is what is ridiculous in this car. In the lightest form, these weigh around 1,424 kilos, but they average at around 1,450 to 1,500 kilos. So if you look on top of the dihedral door, so these doors actually swing up and forward. This is all carbon fiber, which I've had sprayed with clarity coat also. This is usually like a glass panel, so that would bring a little bit more weight on your 720S. This being in carbon, this is obviously, I think, an optional extra alongside some other carbon extras. See how it's changing colour, guys? So like right there, it's black, isn't it? Or like a dark blue. I know there's not been a whole heap of content on this car, but I am in love with it. Now, I know not all of you are a fan of the Living Life Fast writing on the car. You've got to remember that this is like, not advertisement, but I'm promoting my channel, aren't I, by having this car, you know, hashtag LLF. Most companies put a whole racing style livery on the car, you know, so having some subtle Living Life Fast, it's not meant to make it look good, but for people that are walking by, they see the hashtag LLF, they see my Living Life Fast up here. Also guys, the paintwork's got this crazy like shimmer. It's got this rainbow effect. You may see it in some of the cutaways. Look, you see it there? See, it's got this rainbow sort of. I forgot what Justin called it, sorry mate. I'm gonna stop waffling. So as mentioned, 710 horsepower, which is made at 7,200 RPM. It redlines at 8,200 RPM, which is absolute insanity. It feels like you're on a bike when you're pushing the hell out of this car. It makes 568 foot-pounds of torque at 5,500 RPM. Obviously, mid-mounted engine. It's rear-wheel driven. It's got an open diff. I don't know what kind of magic and trickery McLaren do to enable this car to put its power down, but it really has unbelievable traction. We've got a staggered setup, so we've got 20-inch wheels on the rear, 19-inch wheels up front. These cars were designed with the P0 coursers. I'm not too sure about these tires. You've got to get a lot of heat into them, but they've been okay so far. I do have a set of Toyo R888Rs which are going to go on the rears, which are 315s. These are 305 30. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to do some tests like back to back. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. You've also got these huge carbon ceramic brakes, which you've got to get a lot of heat into them before they start working. You get these dihedral doors, which fold up and forward, which makes accessibility really easy. I mean, literally, you can get in 2 seconds. As you can see, it's only got 7,000 miles on the clock. It's got 22 days left on the battery, which is because I haven't got it on the trickle charger. Right, so some of the options, it's got the exterior carbon pack 2 and 3, which is here, carbon fiber, Even in the eye sockets is carbon fiber. Sorry, that's a bit better. See all the carbon fiber there. You've got carbon fiber mirrors. You've got carbon fiber here, carbon fiber, and you've got carbon fiber here. You will not believe what that costs. That costs £13,000, people. As we're on the rear, we've also got a sports exhaust, which costs £4,750. It's got the stealth pack, so I think on some 720Ss you get like silver trimming around the windows. Also inside the cabin, it's like all the metals are like dark, so that could extend onto the stealth pack, I'm not too sure, but that's £1,200. Moving back to the interior, we've got an electric steering column, so that costs £1,400. We've got electric heated and memory seats. That is a £2,700 optional extra. The steering wheel in Alcantara and carbon fiber, that's a £500 extra. As I say, you've got the exposed carbon here on the pillar. That is a £4,000 optional extra. What the hell? Also, the Bowers & Wilkins 12-speaker audio system, that costs £3,500. Parking sensors, £1,000. Nose lift, which is an optional extra, I didn't know. That's £2,000. Track telemetry, cameras and apps. So we get a camera up there somewhere. I'm not sure if you can see. We also get a camera up at the front, down there. And then I think there's a camera on the rear. And that actually costs £3,500. Guys, the calipers, just to be painted orange, cost £1,100. And these wheels, finished in titanium liquid metal, cost £6,000. So they're the 10-spoke super light alloys. But yeah, guys, loads of other extras that I've not even mentioned. But yeah, £278,000 is what the previous owner paid for this car. Quickly, just need to shout out Calimans International. Shout out to Gary and his son Lucas, who actually sold me the car. Lucas is a massive Living Life Fast fan, and it's the first car that he's ever sold. So yeah, shout out to Gary and Lucas. And yeah, check out their garage. I'll leave a link in the description. These guys have some of the rarest and most finest cars in the world. They've got Pagani Zondas, Aston Martins, everything you can imagine. So yeah, man, let's jump out and see what she's like. M2 just flew past. So yeah, you know me, guys, everything into track mode. That means throttle's going to be super sensitive, suspension's going to be stiff. Oh, it feels so good to be in here right now, honestly. Let me tell you, supercar attention is just, it's ridiculous. Anywhere you go in this car, every last person, police officers, the people that work in the petrol station are coming from behind the counter to look at the car. It's crazy. Like, I don't think it's just the colour, it's just a supercar, isn't it? But the 720S looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This car is not comfortable, not for me anyway. I think I do have a bad back, but yeah, long journeys it's bad, man. It's bad for me anyway. You know what, guys? I love how low to the floor I am. It's not even real. It's like I'm in a bloody game or something, or it's like I'm in a go-kart. Listening to the engines. Obviously, we've got the sports exhaust, which I wasn't aware of, but my God, the performance is off-key. You see I'm just one-handed like that. It's so stable. Obviously, we've got the carbon tub too. Whoa. Like, guys, I'm not even using 10% of the throttle right now. The way it picks up speed. Whoa, man, it's been a while, you know that, guys. I find it very hard to believe that my M5 could stay with this. Whoa, flipping hell, man. Honestly, you know what, guys? I've been driving cars for many years, right? Only this car have the GoPro spun round. The M5, everything, like the GoPro stays straight. On this, full 180, man. Definitely demands your full attention. It's genuine driving heaven. Perfection is what the handle is on this. Sense of speed is like 12 out of 10. If you love driving, this really is something else. Into first gear, like, you know, because it revs up so high. Jesus, honestly, there's no movement, nothing. Flipping hell, man. You've got to be careful of bumps in the road. You can't really see them too clearly as well because it's so low down. My M5 is going to stay with this. It's crazy to think it's got an open diff. Like, I don't know what trickery McLaren do to enable this car to hook up. So the first impressions video you guys see on this, I went and drove this for about 2-3 hours after. Yeah, really drove it hard, and honestly, it will not come unstuck. Like, I didn't have it in the dynamic traction, but you don't need it. Like, it's getting full traction. You don't feel like the computer's holding it back. In a straight line, I think like first, second gear it does a little bit, but one of the most advanced traction control systems I've ever felt in a car. Quick little pit stop, back on the keto, guys. Watch 2 weeks. Yeah, this is why I was rushing, because we are now just sitting in traffic. So yeah, as I already mentioned, pretty uncomfortable for me anyway. I've got a bit of a dodgy lower back. I think it's just the way that I sit and the way I'm editing 24/7, but yeah, like there's this, it just pushes into your back, you know, like you've got the bolster setting, it literally sticks out the seat. As mentioned already, visibility is just amazing in this car because of the monocase too. It's got a carbon fiber top, this car, where it's really strong. It means they can use less material and the pillars are really thin. So like my visibility, I can see so well out of here. Let's go second gear. No exaggeration, the straight line speed is something else. My dream car was always the Porsche 991 GT3. With the GT3, obviously I only had a little drive, whereas the owner really drove it hard, and it felt like he was exposing it on the street. Like it became a little bit soft. Straight away I knew you need at least a GT3 RS for the ultimate experience, but on the street, if you push a GT3 really hard, you can expose it. This car, I don't think you can really expose it. Driven it around corners and the back just, it don't want to slide. First, second, it can squiggle a little bit, but obviously you've got to know how to drive. You've got to be patient with the throttle and... Jeez, it takes your breath away, man, how fast it is in a straight line. This is a pretty bumpy road. I mean, it doesn't bang, but it's not absorbing it nicely. Like, we've got it in comfort handling right now. Hear like little rattles in the car. I think that might be the seatbelt actually. Brakes are amazing. Like, you know, as soon as you press it a few times, they're perfect. I think it's a little too fast for the streets. Jeez, man, the aggression on the shifts. Ooh, is that some backfires there? Somebody commented on one of my videos the other day, they're like, what's the best car you've driven this year? I was like, 720. Like, this is, you know, we've got a number of cars in the garage right now, but the 720, oh man, it like zooms in, boy. Pinpoint accuracy, man. You can throw anything at this car. And as I say, like with a limited slip diff car, what happened is you've got to be a lot more careful with the throttle. Like, it's almost a bit more intimidating if you don't know how to drive rear-wheel drive cars. If this car goes, it will be a big problem, I think. It's not a car that I just want to kick around the corner, do you know what I mean? You do get a variable drift mode, which allows for a little bit of slip. We'll definitely test that on track. I've got something booked, I think on the 20th, I might take the Mclaren. Some of the other cars going through here, I can push it a little bit, but it's too fast, man. You're traveling way too fast. Try launch. See, look at that. On the street, launch is like no issue. That felt better than on the drag strip, so definitely if you guys want me to do like a little draggy video where we do some 0 to 60s and stuff, let me know, man, I'll do that. Interested to see what it can do on the street, quarter-mile time. With the right tyres, as I mentioned, I've got the R888R sitting there. These can do, like, they go into the 9s. Unfortunately, I've tried to book some track days, but there's nothing available right now for at least 2 months, so I don't know what to do, whether I just start tuning the car. Obviously, by tuning it, I'm gonna lose my warranty. Even exhaust, I'm chatting to somebody about fitting a system, but, you know, is it gonna be too loud for track days? And so yeah, I've got a few decisions to make. Oh man. So let's pull it in active dynamic. So this will enable for a little bit more slip. So I'll pull it in track. We flatten it out. See? It allows way more spin now. Man. Brakes feel even more powerful than the fucking car. And then yeah, you know, after a spanking, you can literally cruise the car. You know, you can do motorway journeys, you can drive around town. These doors, like, you know, you think because they go up that they're going to be awkward, but you can get into real tight gaps and park up in small spaces. You know, the car comes with Bluetooth, you've got an awesome audio system, and the interior feels nice and modern, you know? It's very clean, obviously only 7,000 miles on the clock. Bloody hell, oh jeez. Because we've got it in track, it's way too stiff. Even now I can feel all these little micro judders in the wheel, like the feedback is just literally A1. Just press launch once, foot on the brake. After driving M cars, the launch on this is something else. The way it manages power, a different level, man. Yeah, it's Formula One technology, isn't it? Let's go. Definitely feels like it's managing the boost to hold this wheel so tight. You actually burn your fingers a bit. I think I've had almost a blister. Man, yeah, that gunshot then, boy. Aim the wheel when you fire. Like, you don't want to have any angle whilst accelerating. Right, so guys, I'm going to end the video there. As I said, I just wanted to give you a bit more info on what the car's like to drive. Just to let you know, I've ordered some race fuel for the M5, so I will be racing the two to figure out which one is quicker. And I know a lot of you think the M5 is going to destroy the McLaren because you've seen my M5 destroy a 992, and then you think because the 992 beat the McLaren. Well, something you've got to understand is that roll racing and dig racing is totally different, man. So we'll be doing a bit of testing. I'm going to get the tyres on as well, the R888Rs, do some before and after tests. Like 0 to 60s, 100s to 200s. But guys, I am going to end it there. As always, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. We are about to go drop off the M2 to the lucky winner. Someone has genuinely won this car for £10.99. Should I say this winner actually purchased about 10 tickets, so he invested about £110. And before we do meet the winner, I just want to remind you that this competition on the Golf R is nearly finished. We may have to extend it. This is a very special Golf R. It's a 7.5, around £7,000 in modifications. You've got the upgraded alloy wheels, you've got the Maxton splitters, you've got a Remus exhaust, you've got front mount intercooler, you've got inductions, you've got so many different things. You've got like a gauge that's been installed into the vent over here. It stays tuned, a little bit dusty, but this for me is the dream Mark 7 Golf R. I was about to say, if you swipe up, if you go into the description, you can actually still get yourself a ticket for this car. Only £11.99, a maximum of 3750 entries. But anyway, let's go meet the winner to this M2. How you doing, man? You're the winner of the M2, yeah?
Nice one, mate. Thank you, man. I didn't sleep for 2 nights, honestly.
Swear down.
Swear down, mate. Swear down. Like, first night, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Next day, I was on adrenaline. I told all my friends, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, honestly, man. It's mad because obviously I lost my mum about a year ago, and I went to visit her on that day, and I was like talking to her. I said, "Oh, I got a bet on an M2. Like, I don't really gamble on that." I thought it was all. Like, I thought it might be a bit of a fix on it. You know what I mean? I swear down. And literally, she passed away on the 30th. I had number 30, it landed on number 30, bro. Wow. And I won the car, man.
What
and obviously,
the hell?
I know. And we all like locked down. I've been a bit like down out, man. This boosted me up, mate, honestly. My little boy was on my lap. Yeah. And we were watching it, and my missus was like, doing the washing up. She's like, "Shut up, you're never going to win. You're never going to win." I says, yeah. I'm winning this time. I said, my little boy was doing, I said, "Sit down, because if I win, you're gone." Yeah. You come on, mate. My little boy was going nuts. No way. Well, I bought 10 tickets, mate, and I bought it with a discount code. I swear that.
Okay,
and I had
10% off, yeah?
What, 93 quid or something.
Okay, nice.
Bought over this car, I can't believe it, mate.
And you've been entering, so you say you've entered every comp so far, yeah? You finally won.
I've been following you for years, mate, since the start. Like,
obviously, respect, man.
Nick and that, and obviously mate. Watching, obviously, like I said, it's going mad now.
Yeah, no.
What you're doing now is
we
mad.
tried switching up a bit.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh, same as me.
No, like I said, I can relate to it. Like, it's like I'm talking to someone I know. I'm not watching you all the time and that.
No, respect, man. Thanks for supporting.
Yeah.
And I'm gassed that, you know, it's followers of the channel that's winning the cars as well.
Honestly, man, I couldn't believe it. I just still can't get my head around it. I'm going to drive this home now. I'm going to put this on the driving, like on a wake in the morning.
Yeah.
Honestly, every day since it happened, I've been thinking, it ain't going to come through.
Bro, listen, I've given away the last 4 winners.
Yeah.
No, not the last one, the previous 3 before the last.
Yeah.
They all have turned up and they think it's like they're not going to get the car, like as if I'm not. Obviously, if you know the channel, you know me, I'm not going to be bullshitting anyone. But some of these guys that have won, they probably don't follow the channel closely.
Yeah, you were speaking.
Did I speak to him?
Yeah, you spoke to him on Instagram about the escorts, the Marks, the Mexicos and that.
So this is your cousin, so I was meant to film with him, he passed away,
Rest in peace, man. Yeah, he passed away, he came off his bike, had a bad accident.
So sorry to hear, bro.
21 years old, man, and he was a big follower of your channel. And me and him used to always chat about you.
No way, man.
Yeah, always chat about.
Bro, that hits me hard, you know.
I know.
How old was he, sorry?
21.
21,
yeah, man.
Oh, man.
22.
Riding his bike, yeah?
Yeah.
You got someone knocked him off it?
Well, yeah, old Bill Blue lighted.
Right.
And he went into a tree and they said they had no body cam, no dash cam, nothing come of it.
Yeah, so Andreas, that's the winner. You can see it's all real. People are actually winning these cars for any, people that are a bit skeptical. Obviously, we've got the Mark 7 Golf R, which is going up next. Should be ending this week, but it may possibly have an extension. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up. See you in a bit. Look at her, man. She's lovely. Yeah, boy. Another happy winner.